What is up, y'all? Welcome to not an episode, but kind of like a recap to where I am right now with this race for Stanton. Because look, right, your boy has been grinding. I've been grinding, but it was so bad. So this just catching you guys up because you're gonna see another episode where I basically made a bunch of progress and I didn't record it because I was. You know when you're that mad where you're just gonna lock in? I have no time to talk. I just want to get things done. I jumped to like 30, 40 servers, just jumping and jumping. Well, that's a cap, like 10 servers. Jumping and jumping, trying to find one that's working. Elevators working, missions working, and you just don't find anything. After roughly a week, I've made some progress, okay? We've made some progress. So obviously the last time I was playing, you guys saw me getting the Taurus, and it did pretty well for what I needed it for. So I went back again to get another Taurus. And mind you, all of this going to get Taurus and everything was because I hadn't posted the video yet where you guys told me, yo, Steph, the Taurus was actually like nerfed. The Taurus got nerfed and I didn't know about it. I was saying it felt weird and why was it so much slower and the guns didn't feel as strong. But apparently it got nerfed and I just didn't know it got nerfed. So I went back again to Microtech to get another Taurus and I rented out the Taurus and I was gonna think, okay, one of the ways I know that would definitely get me some of these resources would literally be doing bounties. And I know I can do high risk threats with a Taurus. I did it before during the Invictus launch week. I can definitely do it again. Let's go do that. Let's go try that out, right? So I got the Taurus, went out thinking, okay, I can get some of these missions. Then when I finally got to my first high-risk target, I felt like the ship was a little bit weaker, like hands down. It didn't feel as fast moving around and things, but it was still getting the job done. That's where I hit my major problem with these bounties. The problem I was having with these bounties was the fact that most of them were in atmosphere. And when I tried to make them follow me out of atmosphere, it just didn't work. So when I finally got one, something that I knew would have cargo on it, and I destroyed it, it kept falling out the sky. Is there a way to catch ships? Like when you destroy a ship and it's in atmosphere and it's falling to oblivion, is there a way to catch these ships? Because I'm losing so much cargo because they keep falling out of the sky. And when they hit the ground, they go boom. And like, I honestly just don't have any way to like retain it. Like when it goes boom and I scan them, all the cargo is gone. And you guys explained it to me. I kind of already knew that if I destroy them, it would destroy the cargo because one time I was in space fighting and then someone destroyed my caterpillar that had loads of cargo. Then it disappeared and I was like, wait a minute, I was looting that thing. But after a while, I did like 4 missions. Then finally, one of the missions was a caterpillar, right? And luckily for me, when I got there, I realized that we weren't that high out of atmosphere. And if I could go low enough, when I destroy the ship, it shouldn't like blow up. When it lands, it shouldn't blow up. So that was the only thing in my head. I was like, if I can get the ship, if I can lure it close enough to the ground, and when I explode it and it falls, because it's not that far and gravity is low, it won't blow up. I get all the cargo, and this was a caterpillar, so I knew there was gonna be mucho cargo. And if I got all that cargo, it was gonna give me so much loot to actually turn in and get further on the missions, which was like just, I have no room, like there's no room for any sort of mistakes, right? And I also noticed that whenever ships come close to you now, they've broken the sound. It gets super loud. If you're playing with headphones, it gets super loud and it's like you're about to like lose your brain cells, like it's that loud. After a long, gruesome fight, I managed to knock the caterpillar out of the goddamn sky. And during the time, I also realized if you just like zoom in and you shoot the engines on ships, the ship kind of fall out of the sky a lot quicker than if you just shoot it randomly using the green dot. Like when you use the green dot, you're hitting the ship, but you're not always hitting the same exact position. But if you zoom in, you can actually actively just hit the same position. And hitting the engine was the smartest thing I did. I hit the engine, it flew out of the sky, and look at this. I was watching, I was like, please don't blow up, please don't blow up. And it didn't blow up because it landed on the ship that was already there. I think it's called the Starfarer. It was already there, so it landed on that, then flipped over. And like when it was upside down, I had no way of actually getting into the ship. So when I actually got out of my ship, I shot the doors, right? Shooting the doors, not knowing how I was gonna get the cargo out, because like there's so much cargo in these things. How do I get it out when I can't actually get into the ship? Like I was looking everywhere for a door, couldn't get in. Got the gun out, shot the doors open, right? And I promise you, right, when these doors started opening, baby, and I saw all that cargo in the ship, I used my tractor beam, right? Got it out. Copper. 31 tons of copper. Bro, that is at least, that's 32 SU, really, right? I got that out. Then I used the tractor beam. Everything was working perfectly fine. I put it into my ship. As soon as it went into my ship's like airfield, I couldn't move it anymore. That's when it hit me. I didn't bring a max lift. I brought a regular tractor beam, and these boxes were too big for a regular tractor beam to take, and there was so much freaking copper, corundum, everything. And I was like, okay, just get everything out. Let's shoot the doors, open the doors, get everything out. Let's get everything out, we'll figure it out. Because if someone comes down here and blows up that ship, I lose it all anyway. So I might as well get as much as I can out. But then I also realized, I'm not sure because the ship was like upside down, but I tried to get things out of the caterpillar, like the lower things, and it wouldn't let me. Like you couldn't get any of the boxes that weren't attached to the grid. Like I was trying, it just wouldn't, they wouldn't move, wouldn't let me. I think I was too far away though. I think with the calipers, if you're too far away, it doesn't let you get the lower boxes, while when it's upside down, which would be the top boxes when it's right way up, right? I don't know what was going on there, so I kind of had no option but to leave them there. I just left them there. I got as much as I could out, which was a good bit. It was a big chunk. But I can't lie, there was a bunch of boxes that just weren't the stuff I needed. Then guys, a stroke of luck, right? I was running back to my ship, and then I realized, that's a tractor beam up there. I looked up and I saw a tractor beam, and I was like, the Taurus has a tractor beam. The Taurus has a tractor beam. So your boy had to jump into that Taurus, bro. And don't, mind you, this whole time, I am shitting myself. I'm actually just dookie. I needed my brown pants for this because I was like, someone might pull up on me. Someone might pull up on me. The whole time I'm out here with hundreds of freaking boxes. I'm like, someone's gonna pull up on me and they're gonna kill me and steal everything. So I was sweating, bro. You should have seen me. I was like this. I was actually so nervous, bro. But I got the tractor beam, and I used the tractor beam to get everything onto the ship, which was a lot easier than I thought. Like, the Taurus is actually a good ship. I'm not gonna lie. Now I'm thinking, do I buy the C1 or do I go get the Phoenix? Because the Phoenix has that extra gun on the back, and it has like 100 SU of space too. Because I'm starting to really like this ship. And when I turned those stuff in, bro, I was like on tier 1, almost on tier 2. This would definitely get me to tier 2, which was just beautiful. My brain was like, yo, if I can keep pulling this off, there is no reason I can't complete this by just doing bounties. All I gotta do is keep doing bounties. So I got back, right? And I was like, okay, boom, let's put this down and let's see how much I do get from doing the bounty. So is it gonna give me the rest of the stuff I need to get to the next tier? How much points do I get for it? Are the points given by SCUs, like one SCU is 1 point, or is it just a different system? Because I'm in my brain, I'm thinking it's like 1 point per SCU, right? So the more SCU you get, the better. So I'm just thinking, all the big orgs are having a blast right now. Think about it. If you have like a Polaris or a Corvette, like what's the Corvette thing called? The Hammerhead or something, you guys can go out there and kill it in minutes, bro. Like imagine you take it out and you finish one bounty, you pop everything in your Polaris or whatever, you go to the next spot, you do the same thing. That's insane amounts of cargo, bro. Like think about it, bro. Especially if you do the higher bounties that give you like the bigger stuff, like you craziness. That's actually craziness. And by the time I did hand in this my first big bounty, right, I got quite a lot of freaking points, and I was like, damn, that's major. One bounty, roughly 10 minutes of fighting, 10 minutes of like putting cargo into my ship, and I got like over 150 boxes, and I got the next award. I was like, this might be the plan. This might be it, you feel me? So as I was gearing up to go do that, I checked the missions, and I realized that the missions were kind of, I got a few more missions that weren't there originally. Because originally I'm just getting cargo, but now I had this thing saying retrieve cargo. Took the mission, went out there, and it was easy. It was too easy. And then when I finished like killing all the enemies, I was like looking at this Mercury Star Run, and I was like, wait a minute, it doesn't even look damaged at all. Then it hit me in the brain. Remember when they did the freaking Inside Star Citizen, and they said, we left the ship on for you guys? If you don't have a ship big enough to take the cargo, you can take that ship, and then when you've taken that ship, you can use that ship for the rest of your gaming session. I was like, wait a minute, like it was stupid right now in this moment because like I already had a Taurus, right? I had a Taurus, I didn't need a bigger ship. The Taurus was a bigger ship. But I was like, yo, when this Taurus disappears, I don't need to go spend money and get a Taurus. I can just find one of these missions and take one of these missions. And at this point I was thinking like, maybe I should just take the stuff out of this ship and put it in the Taurus. And I was like, nah, you know what? Let's just steal it. Cause I wanted to see if I could actually drive the vehicle. They said you could, I wanted to test it out. So I got into it, right? And guess what? The vehicle works. You can take the vehicle, and I was like, hold on. See the way it says small, medium, and large cargo missions? And then this is the same kind of layout. Is there a small, medium, and large freaking retrieval mission? Because what's the large ship gonna be? Imagine I can find a large mission, take the large mission, and take the ship and use the ship. That's gonna be big. Then I hit a server error. I was thinking all of this in my brain. My brain was running 90 and I server error. Stop me in my tracks, bro. CIG, please, man. CIG. So the server recovered, kept going, got back in, and okay, look, man, y'all have been telling me, yo, Steph, get yourself an Atlas. If you're doing cargo, I know you hate cargo, but if you get an Atlas, it's gonna make it a little bit easier. I didn't listen to you guys, but we tried it out on the live stream. I bought one, so I own it now. And low key, I'm kind of using it. I'm kind of using it because it does make it better. It depends though. It depends on the ship you're using because it depends on the cargo grid. If the cargo grid is kind of enclosed, like the Mercury Star Runner's cargo grid was enclosed, and I found it a little bit hard to maneuver things out of it. But when I was using it on the Taurus during the live stream, it was a lot easier. So I was like, maybe it is just the size. But so depending on what ship I'm using it with, I guess it doesn't pair with every ship. I think that's a thing. It's not supposed to pair with every ship. I learned that the hard way because it just wouldn't work. So I had to actually go out and do some things by hand. But when I did get it working, it's great. I like it. You guys were right. I do like it. It makes it a lot easier. It makes it less stressful because I think it's just the speed. It's the fact that you can stay there and you can move boxes instantly, snappy. That's the thing. When you're doing it with the regular tractor beam, it's you're going out and in and out and in with your scroll wheel. But with this, you can just turn around, place it, click it, it drops it automatically. It saves a lot of time. I feel like that's something I was missing when I was doing it manually. So I think I'm gonna start using it a lot more. I might be able to start doing cargo now and enjoy doing cargo. There's parts of the game I don't enjoy, but cargo, I want to actually enjoy it. But now, here's one of the problems. The elevators in this game, yeah? They said they were putting transit fixes in. Since this new event, the elevators on the planet sides to do the cargo missions don't work. The elevators in your actual hangars don't work. I was stuck in my hangar for 40 minutes. I had to quit game. I was stuck for 40 minutes. The elevator was empty. And you guys already know what happens when I jump in the elevator. I jump in, I end up in space. So I'm scared now. So there's a lot of things wrong with this patch in my opinion. There's a lot of things wrong, and it's weird because I came back and this is meant to be a really happy time for me to get back into Star Citizen just after the whole move and everything. And I came back to a lot more problems than when I left. When I left, there was problems, obviously, but this was it felt like there's a lot more problems now, which is just it kind of left a sour taste in my mouth, especially with the event, because I was really looking forward to this. I was really looking to join R-Corp and do the R-Corp missions and just do, because you guys saw, I was really getting into the whole rivalry thing, and they kind of let me down a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, if you guys say Steph is a white knight, no, I'm actually upset about this. This is something I'm upset about. I ain't gonna lie about it. But one thing I will say is when I did end up finding an elevator that was working, and you get to the platform and you try the elevator and it's working. So you start loading up your ship quickly, and then when you see other people coming down, I did a large haul, right? And I was loading my ship. Then other people came down. I'm like, whoa, the elevator is working, and everyone kind of starts helping each other. So I feel because it's so bad right now, we're all in the boat together. I didn't see as many people trying to pirate me or whatever. It was kind of people helping me more or less. Someone helped me fill up my ship, and when I fill up my ship, I helped them fill up their ship, and we're just kind of doing it together in a group because it was a lot easier. And the fact that we finally found an elevator that was working was crazy. We were all so hyped. And moments like that kind of bring the community together. But I feel the community shouldn't be brought together because things aren't working. I feel it's gonna make so more animosity towards CIG. So I didn't know, I felt good about it because hey, people are helping me, and when I'm finished, I'm helping them, and then other people are helping, and we're just helping each other. But we're only doing this in such great force because things aren't working. If things were working, people could be at the other elevators doing it themselves and things like that. So I felt a little bit this is a good and bad thing because this is forcing us to help each other just because it's broken, not because we're just in that helping spirit, We're trying to get things to move fast because, hey, after this guy finishes, it might break next. I want to be able to get my things before this one breaks. and I feel like that's why we're helping each other. Maybe I'm wrong. Like, you guys let me know. Are people helping you? Do you feel like it's because they just want to help you, or because they're trying to get to what you're using before it breaks, or are they just off there like just being a good person, just helping you, you know? I feel like there's a bit of both in there, you know? But yeah, after I finished the large cargo mission, it gave me a bunch, like, the cargo missions are what you need to do. If you're just starting and you want to get this whole thing done, if you can find working elevators, the cargo missions are the best thing to do. You get so many points, especially for the large cargo mission. But again, I feel like a lot of people are just being lazy. Like, so the amount of rafts and other vehicles on paths is like, guys, at least park off the ramp if you're going to like rage quit. But yeah, if you want to do it, you might as well go get yourself a raft. And guys, look, right, you know I'm not the biggest fan of Drake. I did a bounty mission. Well, I did a retrieval mission to go retrieve one of the big ships, like I was telling you about. So I'm hyped. First time trying to caterpillar, right? I'm flying it, almost crashed it trying to land because these things are so slow. But after a while, I did manage to get it into the actual hangar without blowing up. And yo, my brain is going crazy. Your boy just got a giant ship with 4 guns. So much space, yo. After I drop this cargo down, I can go do bounties and fill this thing up with mucho freaking SEU, bro. I was so hyped, and I'm doing this. I'm moving all the cargo, moving all the boxes, thinking about all the progress I'm about to make. Mind you, right now, the only ship I've used that I got during the mission was the Mercury Starrunner. I just took it back to my hangar, unloaded it, then I logged off and logged back in later, and it was gone, right? And I'm like, I'm playing for the next 2 hours. Like, I'm online for the next 2 hours. 30 minutes in, I just got a caterpillar. Bet. Let me put these down, and we're going out to go do bounties, bro. We're about to be fire. All this cargo space, I could do the large hauling. I could do the high-risk threats. We are going to get so much loot. I know I hate Drake, but right now, W Drake. I was like, W Drake, bro. Drake is fire, bro. And I am so close to the 5th tier. I'm like, Drake is fire, bro. So your boy's looking at it like, the caterpillar ain't that bad. It's not a terrible ship. It kind of looked tough. It does look like a flying, but like, it ain't that bad though. Like, it ain't that bad. Like, I'm low-key liking it right now because I'm hyped, you know? When I'm hyped, I might just like Drake's. I don't know about it. Then your boy's like, okay, boom. Let's quantum out of here, you know? I'm hyped. By the way, I'm hyped. Like, I'm smiling. I'm smiling, bro. I'm literally smiling while I'm playing. Like, oh, this is gonna be a good day on the Star Citizen verse. This is a good day in the verse, baby. Your boy was like, woo. I was rubbing my hand like Birdman. Turn my quantum drive on. Started speeding a little bit. Jumped. Looking at the ship like this is a fine ship. Why did the ship disappear? Why did I teleport into the middle of space with no ship? I had no ship. I was in the middle of space. Yo, they lied to us. They said if you get those ships, you can use it for the rest of your gaming session. Why did it disappear when I jumped? The ship disappeared. When I tell you I've been frustrated, this game has been frustrating me, bro. Like, it's dead has been frustrating me, man. But at least I'm making progress. At least I'm almost done Hurston, and I have to go try crack out R-Corp. I'm not sure how long we have left on it, but I've made some decent progress. I think it's just finding things that work right now. And we've had so many hot fixes, so many patches, and so much things. And it's every time we get a new patch, a new update, nothing fixes. And it's like, why is nothing getting resolved? Every time you make me download a new 4 GB update, 4 GB patch, and nothing is being fixed. I'm a little bit jaded right now, but I'm probably make a video talking about that properly and how I feel about that. But yeah, this is just where I am so far. So I'm almost finished Hurston, getting the black and gold trim, almost done. Then we're gonna be starting R-Corp, but I have a lot more knowledge now on how to make it work, even when it's not working. So I'm more excited about R-Corp now because I know what I'm doing. But yeah, that's where we are. We're almost done. And yeah, don't worry, episodes are coming back out. I was just it was so hard to get episodes done because things aren't working. Then I'm getting upset and I'm like, I don't want to, that's not the kind of vibe I want to do when I'm playing the game. And I just wanted to lock in. So that's how I was locking in, just couldn't record, locking in, because there's a lot of server hopping and the content got repetitive when I only got cargo missions. And it's like, I don't want to just be recording me lifting cargo. There's nothing different about that, you know? So yeah, we're getting there. We are getting there, guys. But yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Don't forget, if you like this, I don't know what to call it, but if you liked it, make sure to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one.